Well, all right, guys, it's Money Monday, and today we're talking about that millennial generation.
That's your generation, Nick. It turns out the average net worth of people under the age of 40 is 7% below that of people 30 years ago. Can you believe that?
I can't.
So what can you do about it? That's where our man, David Seeger, steps in with some advice.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning, David. How you doing?
Oh, pretty good.
All right. So this is a very interesting topic we want to get to. Obviously, me, myself, because I fall into this category. But first, we're going to take a look at the markets. Actually, commodities, because the markets are closed
Markets are closed today. So we're looking at the world market when it comes to commodities, specifically oil prices. And you can see all these, the red numbers, which is good for us as consumers. The price of oil is coming down. It spiked up a little bit, which made gas prices go up.
Right.
But now we see a downward trend. So we're happy for that. The only thing that might screw it up over the summer may be some hurricanes, which could disrupt supplies, or an outbreak in Syria in terms of expansion of the problems they have over there militarily. So, but right now, good news. We should see some prices start to drop pretty soon.
That is good news. I had to fill up yesterday. Wasn't all too thrilled about it. All right, now getting into this topic here about the millennial generation. Obviously, I'm very interested. Tell us a little bit about this.
Exactly, like it was mentioned before, this is the first time in American history where the previous generation has done better than the upcoming generation in terms of finances. It hasn't really happened, so this is a sad situation. Some of the reasons for that is the fact of the matter, heavy student loan debt. When I was doing some research for this story, I didn't realize this, it was this severe, but as of the end of last year, 31% of all student loans were 90 days or more past due. Not 30 days, we're talking 90 days.
Wow.
It's a huge problem.
Yes.
And a bubble ready to burst here.
Yeah,
You know.
well, college is so expensive, and now people can't find jobs to pay those loans off.
Exactly the problem. We have stagnant unemployment, a stagnant job situation, salaries haven't gone up, so all these type of things are creating some of these type of problems. So what's a young person to do? Well, here we go. Number one, pay your bills on time. You'll say, well, that's an easy thing to do, but you'd be surprised. At my full-time job, we have a lot of first-time buyer programs. And one of the things that we notice is this. A lot of the younger folks don't realize the importance of paying their bills on time. We have to call them and say, you need to make your payment. Okay, I'll get to it. No, it's due now. It's important that you do this. This hampers your credit. And so that's one major thing that you should do. Pay your bills on time. It's really important. It's more critical than you realize.
Yeah, credit very easy to mess up, very hard to rebuild. Yeah.
Very definitely, very definitely. Build an emergency fund. That's another thing that you can do as well. If you don't have anything in your savings account, start with $500, maybe $1,500. Try to build it up there. Pay into your 401k, whatever your employer matches, make sure you get the full match. You leave money on the table.
Free money.
Exactly. A lot of people don't even look at that.
You can't get free money anywhere these days. That's about it.
But a third of the millennial generation has not even started with their retirement yet, even though they might have a 401k match.
Wow.
So that is huge. And pay down a credit card debt and increase your savings. If you have credit card debt, start paying that down and take that money once you get it paid down and start building a savings plan at that point in time.
David, great tips for those that can find a job in this
Exactly.
tough economy right now.
Exactly.
Well, it's still Money Monday, and today we're talking about the millennial generation.
That's Nick's generation. In our last half hour, we started to talk about ways people under 40 can be smarter when it comes to making money decisions. David Seeger, President and CEO of Great Lakes Credit Union, is back now with even more suggestions. David?
Good morning.
You had some great tips, some shocking statistics, but
most definitely.
lead us in the right direction here. What
Okay.
millennials should be doing right now.
Real quick though, gas prices, the futures for gasoline, looks like they're going down. So good news for people over the summer in terms of gasoline prices. So hoping that'll continue when it comes to that aspect of our lives.
That would be nice.
Very
Yeah,
much so. Very much so. One website I'd like to recommend that young folks go to is called www.moneyunder30.com. It has a lot of good information about how to get started and how to maintain your financial health. So moneyunder30.com. So just bring that up as well.
You want to get started right out the gate.
You do, exactly, because it's too hard to fix it.
Yeah.
It's too hard to fix it.
Absolutely.
Some of the things that you want to be looking at in terms of, we talked about 5 other things in the first hour, but on the second hour, we have 5 more things to talk about that young people should be looking at doing. Number 1, buy life insurance. They don't think about that. I'm
Right.
invincible.
Right.
It's not going to happen to me. I need that down the road.
I'm Iron Man.
Exactly. If something happens, well, you need to have that in place, and that even just to bury you at this point. So have life insurance. Get a will. What would I need a will for? Well, you distribute your assets if something would happen. Also, if you have children, who's going to be the guardian of my children?
Yeah, and getting a will isn't a big expense, and it's not a big hassle either.
No, definitely not.
A couple $100 and you're set.
You're set, and you have to update it once in a while, but for the most part, good thing to have, should have it in place. Pay off student loans on schedule. That is paramount. You need to do that and make sure you get that done. They're going to be with you a long time, so make sure you treat them well.
We were just talking about that. I've got mine on automatic pay, and boy, does it hurt, though, when they come out.
It sure does.
Well, that's a good way to do it. You get a better interest rate.
That's right. Interest rate break when you do that as well. Establish tax advantage accounts, maybe like an IRA for retirement. A 529 to start planning for your kids' college education as well. And invest systematically. It's called dollar cost averaging. So start getting to that type of plan as well. You've established your emergency fund. Now develop a plan of action, savings and investing. Dollar cost averaging is a way to do it. Hit the highs more, do the lows. So it's a good way to get started there as well.
Some really great information, something that I and me and you are definitely going to have a conversation about afterwards because we need to sit down because I am a part of this millennial generation. So thank you very much.
You
Dad.
bet.